It is one.
Allow me.
What? Oh. Okay. Football. Cutting me off.
Yes.
It's one day away. This is your Week 1 Fantasy Fix Show. Couldn't be more excited about the start of the season. There he is again. This guy's pretty excited.
It's going to be awesome. Our teams are amazing. DraftKings, sign up for that. And this is the last chance to get a fancy Fantasy Smack Talk t-shirt. What you got to do is sign up for DraftKings. Use the promo code FST or follow the card or the link in the description below. If you sign up for DraftKings, deposit at least $5 before the start of the NFL season. So you got to do that like right now if you're watching it. And if the game's happening, it's too late. But sign up before the start of the NFL season, and we will give you a t-shirt. DraftKings will give you entry into a free contest as well.
We'll give you the whole day on the 10th. We'll give you the whole day.
Whole day on the 10th, okay.
The whole day on the 10th. Got a tip for you, and I'm actually pretty excited about this tip. This is something that I've done before. I've done it, a couple times throughout the years. But I'm going to do it a lot more during this season, I feel, because kickers mean even less to me, because I feel like there are going to be some teams going for 2 more often. I mean, we'll see if that actually happens, but I don't really care about my kicker. But the Thursday night game, I'm going to, fantasy is all about taking little gambles here and there that give you a slight advantage. And I'm going to take a little gamble every Thursday and just see if I can get lucky with someone. Like this Thursday, I think there's a lot of question marks around, who's going to take over the Vereen role, Bolden or Lewis? Is Amendola going to have an impact? If the Chiefs are playing and Niall Davis is out there, pick Niall Davis up and just see if Jamal Charles gets hurt.
Instead of the kicker.
Instead of kicker, you drop.
You're alluding to that.
I didn't get to that
point. We're getting there.
I drop my kicker, pick up one of those wild cards. The person's gonna be on my bench no matter what. And I'm not gonna start him. I just want to see what happens. If nothing happens, I drop them and pick a kicker back up. I might even be able to get the same kicker back because I doubt people are looking that closely at the kicker waiver wire.
But I love that, right? So I mean, you can get so much of an upside if a guy, let's say a James Starks, right? Lacey doesn't own him, you pick up Starks, and worst case is you just cut him. It is a great, because Starks would be a #1, a high fab bid #1 waiver guy. I love it. I love the idea.
And your percentage are maybe only 2 or 3%.
But if it works out once,
let's
say it works out once.
You only need one. All right, we got some forum questions, and if you ever want yours asked on the show, get in the forums. Maybe we'll pick yours, but we got 3 for you this week. Colin K's got a receiver question. Pick 2 out of Charles Johnson or Mike Wallace at San Francisco, or Larry Fitz versus New Orleans, or Marcus Wheaton at New England. Pick 2 out of the 4.
All right, so the first one that I like, and I don't think this varies for me in point per reception or standard leagues. It's not listed here, but I think Wheaton is definitely going to be a play for me. We got Brian out. I love that game. I think it's going to be fairly high scoring. Typically Thursday nights are lower scoring, but the first one of the year, it's obviously different standards because it's not a short week because they've had the whole off season. So I like Wheaton a lot. I think he's going to get a lot of targets, a lot of catches. Now my second one, it was a little bit tougher. It was more cut and dry for this guy. A little tougher for me, but I'm going Charles Johnson here. I actually think he is the #1 on the Minnesota in terms of passing attack. Again, I like target guys. I see a decent amount of targets for him. And both these guys, I would not be shocked if they find the end zone this week. I'm not saying that's going to happen. Just saying I wouldn't be shocked.
Very possible.
All right, Dustin from M. Bibars 12 wants to know who he should get in the flex, and that is Melvin Gordon versus the Detroit Lions. Do you want Jordan Matthews at Atlanta, or Cooper, the rookie, versus the Cincinnati Bengals?
This one's a little tricky because you probably did take Gordon over Matthews, maybe right around the same, but typically running backs might be a little bit safer, but I think there are just a few too many question marks around Gordon right now. I think Woodhead is going to be kind of leaned on a little bit more early in the season, so I just want to see what happens with Gordon. And you have Matthews, who's just a much safer guy.
Just say it.
He's a safe. I think you go Matthews.
In 100 leagues, you go Matthews and all.
And Cooper, I mean, who knows? But I think Matthews is the safest. Then we got a trade question from Reaper323. Should they give up Frank Gore and Isaiah Crowell and get Devontae Adams and Matt Stafford? Current quarterback is Rivers, so it'd be a little upgrade at quarterback. Running back depth is very solid. Receivers are Sanders, Evans, Cooks, John Brown, so solid at receiver as well.
This one's tough. I mean, if you're, it sounds like, I mean, this might be like I don't know. I guess you wait on quarterback, but either way, it sounds like you're very solid at running back and very solid at receiver. So I do like the little bit of a bump from Stafford, but I don't know. In terms of the running backs, I mean, Sanders, Evans, Cooks, and John Brown's a flyer, but those three you are fine starting every single week across the board. And I think Adams is comparable potentially to a Cooks, or I think he's comparable, these guys. So with that said, it's very close. So I'm actually going to say hold tight with Gore. Running backs, it's better to have running back depth in my opinion than receiver depth. So it's a fair trade. If you want to pull the trigger, I'd be alright with it, but I think I'm going to hang on to Gore. I know he's on a pitch count this week, so he might not have the greatest week 1, but I do like Gore going forward on that high-powered Colts offense.
Alright, well, we got our duds, sleepers, and deep sleepers each week. Myself, Brent, and Mike will pick 3 guys that we like, and then, or 3 guys where we like, kind of like, and then we don't like. For the dud, sleeper, deep sleeper. My dud's Melvin Gordon. I already kind of talked about him. I just want to see a game. If you can afford to get him on your bench and you have another guy with a decent upside, I'd like to just see a game, see how things go. My sleeper, Ruben Randall, going up against Dallas. I think that could be a pretty high-scoring game. I don't think Randall's getting the attention that he deserves. He had a decent season last year. I mean, Beckham's going to be double-teamed, maybe even triple-teamed every single play, and Cruz is out. So Randall, I really like. And my deep sleeper is Stevie Johnson going up against Detroit.
Love Stevie. You love that guy.
Love the fit for him in San Diego. He's a legit receiver. He had 3 straight 1,000-yard receiving years with the Bills. Like, he's never been on a good offense. I'm excited to see.
Yeah, I like that. That'll be a good call for you this year. All right, my dud, Russell Wilson. And here's the thing, right? If you drafted Russell Wilson, you're probably starting him. So I'm totally fine with that. I'm not saying he's unstartable this week. But his last game against the Rams in December last year, he had an 81.9 QB rating. He only threw for like under 240 yards. He only rushed for 7 yards, his lowest of the year last year. And he didn't have any touchdowns. And here's the thing, I like the front. I like actually the Rams defense, the front that's coming at him. And it's a divisional game. Those are always low-scoring games. So I'm not saying you must sit him. I'm just saying a little buyer beware. In like DraftKings, I am paying up to get Russell Wilson's. And I'll be doing a video that you will see to talk about that as well. That's coming up soon. So every week you're going to have some picks. And one of my guys on DraftKings as a buy is Jarvis Landry at Washington Redskins. I absolutely love this guy in a PPR league. DraftKings is PPR, by the way. And the Redskins are terrible, right? They were 28th against fantasy receivers last year. I don't think their secondary got that much better. I actually think Landry takes a decent step this year. I think Tannehill takes a big step. I have Landry ranked 12th overall in my wide receiver rankings. I'm calling it 8 catches and a touchdown this week. I think Landry comes out of the gate big. That's what I like to do. I like to put something down on paper. My deep sleeper, this is kind of our guy. I've stolen a little shares from Dustin.
Well, you stole him completely from me and trying to have half stake, but that's
alright, fine. He's out for Dustin. My boy, Tevin Coleman. Love this guy. He is going to be the starter, already announced on the Atlanta Falcons. Starting running back against the Eagles defense, which is, it's not a bad defense by any means, but the over-under in Vegas is 55. It's the highest of the weekend. When I'm looking at deep sleepers and I'm looking at sleepers, I love going to Vegas because the house always wins. A lot of points are going to be scored in this game. He's the starting running back. Freeman might play, but Coleman's already started, so Freeman may not even play, so we might look at a full accompaniment of Coleman. Love him as a deep sleeper as well.
Alright, let's take a look at
But as a deep sleeper,
picks.
don't start him over guys like Jonathan Stewart, like Dustin really wants to really bad.
I do. Mike's picks, Alfred Morris is going to be his dud going up against Miami. I mean, they got the rookie out there with Washington now. It's not kind of yet to be seen how many carries Morris is going to get. Miami's, their front line's decent. Morris, it's just not that exciting.
He's talking
anymore.
Matt Jones. It's
Matt
not like
Jones.
Kirk Cousins or whatever. You say rookies and be like, oh.
Alright, Matt Jones. In case you didn't.
Get paid out there.
Rookie running.
Just protecting you, boss. Gotta look out for the, gotta look out for the big guy.
And then sleeper, we already talked about him a little bit, Ryan Tannehill. I mean, everyone at FST loves some Ryan Tannehill, I think.
Too. My God.
And again, going up against Washington, you gotta like that upside.
We liked Tannehill before it was cool to like Tannehill.
We did.
We did, I'm telling you.
And I liked Tevin Coleman before you did. And the deep sleeper
Whatever, he's
is
my guy
Sam
now.
Bradford going up against Atlanta. Again, a lot of points could be scored in that
55,
game.
over under.
Sam Bradford is healthy for this moment. We'll see how long it lasts, but you might as well potentially start him while he is. Namco right here, I'm Dustin. Got any questions, post them in the forum.
Hey, I am going to shoot a video about DraftKings value, so sign up, deposit the $5 for the start of the season, using the promo code FST, follow the link, all that, you get the shirt, And I'm going to give you some plays to help you win your fantasy leagues.
I hope they're better than that throw. Until next time.
I hate this guy. I really hate this guy.
Yeah, let's do it. I'll pass it to you.
Okay.
Oh!